Mr. Chair, local government in South Africa is a tale of two extremes. On the one hand, there are a handful of well-run, successful municipalities providing excellent services to their residents and consistently maintaining their success trajectory. On the other side of the scale are the delinquent municipalities, failing to pay their creditors, failing to report their financial positions adequately, and failing to fix the potholed roads, leaking pipes, and electricity outages, while raw sewage flows unchecked into the streets and rivers. In stark contrast, as though this is, it is made more horrifying when one considers that people's lives are directly affected. Not surprisingly, there's a similar disparity in the infrastructure that municipalities rely on to provide the services. Some municipalities get it right, developing infrastructure in anticipation of demand, maintaining the infrastructure that they have, and controlling development to ensure that it centers around spaces that have infrastructural capacities to support that growth. This is called good governance. It also goes by another name, the DA difference. Sadly, though, there are too many municipalities that lack the political will and the management skill to guide development and link growth to infrastructure. Too many municipalities that don't budget for maintenance and repairs. Too many that cannot deliver a capital project on time, in budget, and according to the community's needs. This is how the ANC runs its municipalities. With a focus on the flashy projects, the ribbon cuttings that benefit a few connected folk only. Imagine buying 20 donkey carts to benefit 20 people when the money could be spent to improve a road, which would help the entire community. But let's consider some other real examples. The Midvaal local municipality is, of course, the one that I know best. 10 or 11 years ago, they took a decision to reduce reliance on Rand Water, who pump water through the area on its way to Johannesburg. It's so easy to tap into a line and supply your community using Rand Water's pump-dependent pressure. So easy until the pumps fail. And so a reservoir is a good idea to provide a buffer to communities against those increasingly frequent mishaps. Midvaal boasts 4 new reservoirs that have been built over the last decade, all built on time and within budget. There's also the new Sikelo electrical substation, on time, in budget. Make no mistake, Midvaal has its share of issues with the usual construction mafias and work stoppages and contractor failures. But proper planning combined with proper project management ensures delivery, on time and in budget. And we must never forget, infrastructure brings growth. Industry is always looking for municipalities that have capacity. Growth brings jobs. Jobs raise people's quality of life, and this, of course, creates demand for more infrastructure, and so the cycle goes round and round again. This is why President Cyril Ramaphosa said in the State of the Nation speech that government's job is not to create jobs. Government creates spaces where jobs can be created. And yes, as the need grows, so too will government's capacity to create state employment opportunities. But these will be in support of economy-boosting productivity. Government makes its money through receiving taxes. It must be in government's best interest, therefore, to create an environment where taxpayers thrive and so share their spoils with the state for the betterment of all. That is how government works. But that success story is not unique to Midvaal. While Johannesburg was under DA government from 2016, a similar story emerged, with a Sebenza substation and numerous water supply projects delivered in areas to meet the burgeoning demand brought by rapid urbanization. Then MMC, Nico de Jager, oversaw capital spending consistently above 97% of budget, with savings due to innovative procurement strategies, with projects delivered and targets met. And of course, the Western Cape has many successes to boast of as well. The plastic road incorporating recycled material in Kouga, the Mossel Bay Joint Operations Centre that has combined all spheres of government in bringing together a coordinated safety approach for their residents. The George municipality is busy with a 1.2 billion rand sewer and water project and are ahead of schedule, under budget, and begging Treasury to release the balance of the funding to enable them to complete the project in a shorter time possible. These are all catalytic projects designed to differentiate municipalities from their peers, to attract growth, to try to improve the quality of life for their residents. And now let us contrast a few municipalities. Emfuleni, right next door to Midvaal, and with more than 4 times the budget, cannot even keep the lights on, cannot fix the roads to bring customers to shops and businesses, cannot stop pumping megaliters of sewage into the Vaal River system. The Sebokeng Renewal Project, which was envisioned ahead of the 2010 World Cup, is still in tatters 3 World Cups later. A metro like Jersey, well, look at Jersey under ANC government, struggling to spend even close to 90% of their capital budget. Look as well at Bloemfontein, a basket case with the main feature of the town being a landfill site that greets you from the N1. Almost no new infrastructure has been built there for years, and that which has been built is already starting to crumble with the poor workmanship and subsequent lack of repairs and maintenance. And look too at the Northwest Province, so mired in political infighting that they allowed a municipality to operate for almost 2 years with 2 mayors, one from each of the biggest 2 factions, and 2 municipal managers in support of each faction. And the whole province shows sprawling and uncontrolled development. Thank you, Jay. The whole of the Northwest Province shows sprawling and uncontrolled development, with failed wastewater treatment plants and useless reticulation, water leakages and wastage at startling levels, and roads that ensure that speed limits are adhered to because it's simply impossible to drive at more than 60 kilometers per hour. And so, dear Chairperson, as we debate the state of local government infrastructure, it's imperative to understand that the problem does not lie with the model of local government, but rather with the way that local government is run by the African National Congress on the one hand, in its frenzy to enrich the cadres, while on the other hand, the DA delivers and the DA gets things done. We told you so. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. We proceed to Honorable Kouga.